20 shirts at $20 a piece, and there's 20 students, each student just gave you $400. What's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how we sell thousands of shirts every single month at retail prices. If you think that's crazy, it's because it is. I believe that if you do this, you'll never run out of clients too, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do it so that we never run out of business ever again. So, if you're new to the channel, my name is Alex, and I teach people all these strategies because I'm selling my shop due to a potential deployment, and now we help other print shops get more clients, print more shirts, and build a more profitable business. But anyways, let's get right into it. So the way this video is going to work, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, and I'm going to show you guys the business behind it, and all the characteristics and variables that you have to add into the online store so you can get the most profits. Any business can set up an online store. It's very easy. Difference is we incentivize the players to sell their name and number on the back because they feel like professional athletes and they feel like they own a piece of the shirt, and their parents and friends can wear something to the games. But that's not enough. Essentially, this is what it looks like, and we threw in a lot of different marketing techniques that I learned from studying really high converting e-commerce stores. But anyways, let's get right into the business behind it. So if you want to do exactly what I just did, this is the exact steps that you have to take so that you guys can sell thousands of shirts at retail prices as well. Alright, so imagine if this is you. Your only job is to reach out to high school coaches. No matter what city you live in, there has to be a high school. All you need is one coach to say yes. And to sell this to a coach, it's very easy. You can do it one of two ways. Essentially, you can do an online store where you sell products to the coach, or you can do it as a fundraiser. I've done both ways, but I would say if you do it as a fundraiser, don't lower your prices. Give them the price and add $5 on top of it. So if the coach wants to do a fundraiser, tell him you'll sell the shirts for $20 to him. If you guys want to mark it up, sell for $25, you guys can keep that $5 profit. This works every time without cutting into your margins. Because if you want to build a bigger and more profitable business, never lower your prices. I'm telling you right now, never lower your prices. Alright, so let's get right into this. If you want to sell this to the coach, this is my #1 sales line. Coach, I can make your students, I can make your players never forget the season ever again. And the coach is usually confused. And I tell them, well, when you look at a shirt, you don't think about the shirt. You think about the memories behind the shirt. If you have a shirt that says Boston Marathon, you don't think about that shirt, or you don't think about that jacket. You think about the times you're training and getting better for the marathon. You think about that day where you woke up and raced that marathon. And the coach is usually confused. I'm like, well, I can do the same thing for your players. We can set up these things called fan shirts. Your players will not only boost morale, but they'll remember this season forever. And he's like, okay. So then you send them the link and you give it to the players. This is what most people do. They create a link of an online store and then they give it to the team, and that's it. They put their hands back and relax. This is where you have to dial it up. You essentially just hired 20 new salesmen. How are you going to incentivize a salesman if you don't give them anything? I turned this into a competition, okay? So imagine these are the salespeople. This is the team. So again, you give the link to the coach gives it to the players, and the players start selling the shirts. But what's in it for them other than them wearing, their friends wearing their shirts? Well, I told them, the player, right? Again, step #1, turn into a competition. And I told them the top person who sells the most shirts will get a $100 gift card. Or I told the person who sells the most will get like an embroidered custom jacket. And these kids go crazy for that stuff. And essentially they all want to be the top. You can either do that, or you can do the second version, what I called X amount, right? If you do the X amount method, that means if they sell 10 shirts, they get a free shirt. Think about that. If they sell 20 shirts, they get like a hoodie. So if they sell 20 shirts at $20 a piece, and there's 20 students, each student just gave you $400. All you have to do is give them a $3 shirt with their name on it. Is that too much to ask? So that alone incentivizes these players to sell a lot of shirts. The next thing we did, right, on this competition, we created a leaderboard. Every single day, we told them who was in first place and who sold the most shirts. And nobody wants to be in last place. And the last thing you want, right, if you're in the football team, is to see everybody else wear someone else's name and number. You want all your friends to wear your name and number. This will create some, basically peer pressure each other to sell more shirts, which is crazy. Alright, so again, that's all you have to do. Give them a link, turn into a competition. We took it a step further, right? So next, they sell to their friends and family. So imagine these are friends and family. What most people do, right, they stop right here. That's all they do. You have to think a level deeper. So what we did next is we reached out to the friends and family that bought the shirts. Most of these parents, right, the parents of the kids, they own businesses. They work somewhere. They know other people who need t-shirts. So you cannot do this online store without soliciting whoever else buys your shirts. So imagine if their mom and dad, like the dad owns a construction company, the mom owns a restaurant. If you don't reach out to them, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's a lot of work, but it's not that much work. It's pretty easy to do. It's a very easy sell to these guys. Again, all these people right here are buying your stuff at retail prices. So once you reach out to these guys, it's an easy sell because one, they know that you can print shirts pretty well because they'll get your product. And number two, you already have some kind of rapport. You're not a stranger. It's not like reaching out to cold people. And I'm going to show you guys in a second how to do that without being too much of a salesman. All right. So I'm going to talk about right now the characteristics that drive sales really well, which is 2 and 3 and all the characteristics of setting up a website right here. All right. So I did this so many times, and the stores that did not have a deadline, right? They did not sell that many shirts. What I mean by that is when you give them a link, tell them in 2 weeks, this store is going to shut down. If you don't order shirts by then, there's no other chance to buy it. You cannot sound like flimsy. You have to be very stern and assertive when you tell them that in 2 weeks, the store closes. Whether or not that's true, it's up to you guys. Next, you got to tell them it's limited stock. If we run out of t-shirts, we can't print anymore. So the first person, it's first come, first serve. If you sell shirts early in the 2 weeks, then we'll print your shirts first. And if you're not, we're going to refund the rest. The players are like, oh snap, we got to sell quick, otherwise it's going to run out. Let's talk about the website design real quick. So, again, like I mentioned before, I spent so much time studying the most converting e-commerce websites. There's a reason why I didn't just go to Inksoft or Deco Network. This right here has converted better for me than Inksoft. Let's go right into it. So the first thing we did was we added this thing right here for social proof. And we added this thing right here, which is a pop-up saying whenever someone buys something. So whenever there's a stranger going onto this website, they know for sure that you're a legit company. The second thing is we always have the items on sale. What I mean by that is just increase the price by $5, cross it out, and say it's on sale. It's not really on sale, but this is what Macy's does. This is what Amazon Prime did, right? On Prime Day, half the items on Prime Day weren't even on sale. They just increased the prices, crossed it out, and said it's on sale. Everyone fell for it. Even right here, it just looks better. The next thing we did was right here. We told them it's limited stock. If you don't have any more, you can't get any more. We also told them it's 100% guarantee. This is the guarantee reversal, so they have nothing to worry about. And we gave them this thing right here. It's not that important, but we also said there's 14 other people viewing this product. All this stuff generates tons of sales. One thing we don't have on here right now is a timer. We had a countdown right here, and it counted down to the day where the store is going to close. We had all the players. We had their name and numbers. We didn't have an input button because people type names wrong, and this also makes the item more special. Imagine if you're not on the team, but you want a volleyball or football shirt with their name and number on it. You can't. This makes the items more special. Only if you're on the team, you can get a custom jersey. All right. Now let me show you guys exactly how the store looks like. Very simple. A picture of the team. This is a fake picture, by the way. Description and a progress bar. So if it is a fundraiser, I threw in a progress bar because people would always reach out to me and see how much I can sell or how are the sales doing. Now they don't have to reach out to me. They can just go on this website. All right. And if you want to get the best results, you have to choose fewer items. The online stores that sold the most, right? The ones that broke 4K, again, our average was 4,000. So some shops did even more than that, or some stores did more than that. You have to do 4 items. This is what I found to be the most effective and most profitable. A hoodie, long sleeve, a crew neck sweater, and a short sleeve. These 4 items, you have to limit the design. I recommend just doing one design so that you can screen print all of them and get them all done. And choose fewer colors. Basically, the fewer options, the faster they are to making a decision, the more shirts they're going to buy. We did a bunch of stores, and every single time, 10 out of 10, the stores that had the most designs and most options, they sold the fewest. So just listen to me. Tell the coach to do only 4 items. They can vote on the best design. Don't do every design they send you. Only do the best selling design. All right, let's get more into the business side. So, assuming that you listen to me, you reach out to the coach says yes, you give the players the link, you turned it into a competition, you set a deadline, and you told them how special this stuff is using the website stuff. Again, make sure you have that leaderboard. Make sure you tell them who's in last place, because that person better sell more t-shirts. Next, you have to solicit all the friends and family that bought the shirts. If you don't do that, you are literally wasting your own time reaching out to strangers. This pool of people, right? Every store we did gave us at least 100 to 200 new contacts. You have to reach out to these people. And half the time, they're already looking for shirts. They don't know where to get them. So if you don't reach out to them, you're doing yourself a disservice. The next thing you have to do is solicit these people again. And to do that, you have to ask for referrals. I'm going to show you guys the key to getting more referrals and more reviews right now. Like I said, most of these stores give you 100 to 200 new contacts. This is how we got hundreds of reviews on our websites. All right. So this is the key to get more reviews and more referrals. Step number 1 is you have to be very fast. So if that store closes in 2 weeks, you better print all the shirts that weekend and ship them out. The faster they get their items, the sooner, the happier they'll be. As soon as the items are delivered, you have to automate the sequence. So as soon as your UPS tracking label says it's delivered, set up the automation to ask for a review. If it's a good review, ask them for a referral. And if there's a good review, see if you can have them post that on your Google profile. But essentially, if you follow these steps, this part, if you set up this automation, you don't even have to ask for the review. The reviews become like automated. All right. You know who these players know? These players know other players on the other teams. So if this person is friends with someone on the soccer team is going to want the same shirts too. They want to set the same fan shirt store, right? So you can do the exact same thing. Next person who knows other people are the coaches, right? This coach knows all the coaches on the other teams. You can duplicate the system. You basically copy and paste the system, change the design, change the roster. And then you can do the same thing again, and you have infinite number of contacts you can reach out to, right? The next thing is, I'm going to show you guys how we turn these sports teams into reoccurring revenue. Now, in screen printing, it's really hard to get things reoccurring, but this is the closest thing that I've gotten to it, all right? So there's 4 times you got to ask these sports teams for business. Preseason, right? So during the workout season, say it's a football team, in July, June, and August, you have to reach out to these people and ask them if they want preseason shirts. During the season, you have to ask if they want fan shirts. At the end of the season, you want to see if they want like a team shirt. And what that looks like is on the back, it has the entire roster of all the teams by year. So class of 2018, class of 2017, class of 2016, and down. Every player's name's on there. By the end of the season, they know who stayed out, and you tell the coach that you want to set this shirt up. Everyone loves these shirts. And after the season, you want to ask if their banquet needs shirts or if their banquet needs gifts or jackets. You reach out to them 4 times. Even if they say yes to during and after, that's extra business. Now, the next thing is crazy because people only focus on one sports team. In that school, there's sports going on every single season. So you duplicate this over and you do this for every single sports team, every single season, you're going to break $1 million within your first year. It's very simple. You just have to execute. All right. So let me show you how to build more connections. This is the secret to becoming the school's favorite screen printing shop. Give the seniors gifts. If you tell them that they're about to graduate and like you're proud of them for how far they've gone, they're really going to appreciate that. Number 2, this is a super hack. You have to track their games. If the football team just lost a really tough game, text the coach right after the game. Or if they just won a tight game, you text them right after the game. You tell them that player 54, he played really, really well. That guy is like a hell of a beast, right? Ultimately, just care. Imagine if your son or daughter is playing on that team. Care about the team, and they're going to give you all their business and all their referral business, right? The next thing you can do is you can give them what's called social packs. You give them exactly what to share on their social media and on their stories, and you're going to get not only more followers, you're going to get more sales. Lastly, again, gifts. You got to give more gifts to the school, give more gifts to the team. If you do that right here, these players will never forget you. And what's crazy is every single year there's going to be a new team. Every single season there's a new sports team going on. And these kids go on to different places. They go on to college. They go on to work. And their parents, they're always going to be working. So again, you set up one store, you're going to have infinite customers because of these people right here, this guy right here, and the other coaches. Not only will that happen, you'll also get hundreds of thousands of positive reviews, and you're going to turn it into a reoccurring business. Make sure, again, quick recap, make sure you choose fewer items. That's the number 1 mistake that we ran into. Choose fewer items, fewer designs, fewer options. Make everything dumb simple. set a deadline, and also tell them everything's on sale, and tell them it's limited stock. You do all those things, you're going to sell thousands of shirts at retail prices. And if you don't want to print these shirts yourself, send it out to a contract shop, keep the difference, and sell more shirts. All right, again, my name is Alex. We help screen printing shops become more profitable, build bigger businesses. And if you have any other questions, oh, and by the way, if you want this template, right, this is built on Shopify. So we have infinite, unlimited stores for $30 a month. It's crazy. We spent a ton of money building this, and comment down below if you want it for free. We'll send it to you, and let's work together and build you a more profitable business. Talk to you guys soon.